Many people have grown up with the famous series known as Harry Potter, and while it may have a set of very well produced movies and some amazing actors within these movies, there are times where things just don't go as planned. In today's video we will be going over 8 of the funniest Harry Potter bloopers. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and comment down below saying I subscribed to be within the chance of winning a shout out at the end of the month.
Fight back! You coward, fight back!
Number 1. Dumbledore and Snape pull a prank. On the set of the Harry Potter movie The Prisoner of Azkaban, during the scene where students are sleeping on the floor, Alan Rickman, known for playing Severus Snape, and Michael Gambon, who is known for playing Dumbledore in the movies, decide to play a prank on Daniel Radcliffe, the star of the show and the actor of Harry Potter, by sneakily placing a fart machine into his sleeping bag. And during the filming of this scene, Michael began to set off the fart machine that was inside Daniel's sleeping bag, causing the people on set to burst into laughter, with Alan having been the one that came up with the idea of the prank. This of course prolonged the final scene, but to those involved it was well worth the laugh.
In our dreams we enter completely our own world. You know, it's completely our own world, and we like to swim in the deepest waters and fly.
They had put a fart machine into my sleeping bag.
Number 2. Weasley can't stop laughing. The character of Ron Weasley is commonly referred to as a comedic relief of the main trio throughout the films, even in the times where we don't want to laugh. Within the production of the films, Rupert Grint can be found laughing at almost every scene, perfectly reflecting the character he was casted as in the movies. Despite the fact that this brought frustration to both Rupert himself and many other people on set, there was simply no way to change it. This should come to no surprise when the subject is indeed a man as funny as Rupert Grint.
Rupert, don't smile! Rupert, you shouldn't be laughing at the end when you find out that Dan's gonna potentially be killed by Snape. Sorry. Sorry.
Number 3. Gringotts Bank. As should be known by any fan of the series, during the first frame in which Harry receives his letter of administration to Hogwarts, the boy is to meet Hagrid, who takes the young lad to purchase the things he needs in order to start his education in wizardry. Yet, in this scene, before the pair can purchase anything, Harry needs money which he needed to take from his own account in Gringotts Bank. This is when we, as the viewers, and the pair meet the goblin at the desk. This scene was intended to be quite a shocking scene for both the audience and the actors themselves, yet this intention proved to be far more difficult to achieve than the directors initially had thought, for they could not achieve the correct expression on the face of the young Daniel Radcliffe. In order to conflict this, the directors had Warwick Davis, the goblin at the desk, shout his line at the young boy in order to take him by surprise. However, this just made Daniel burst out in a fit of laughter. What can you really expect from such a young actor?
Look me in the eye when I'm talking to you!
Does Mr. Harry Potter have his key?
Okay, guys.
It did not have the desired effect at all. He just burst out laughing.
Number 4. McGonagall has the giggles. As such a veteran in the world of acting, it should come to no surprise that Maggie Smith, the woman responsible for playing the role of Professor McGonagall, will crack up during recordings at all. This in fact is not entirely the case, as even an amazing actor like Maggie can make errors. During a scene in the Order of the Phoenix where Professor McGonagall is partaking in a confrontation between herself and Dolores Umbridge, Maggie seemed to be unable to contain the laughter she had developed amongst the humour she found in the argument the two were having.
Blah 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 blah, disloyalty. Oh. Yes.
Number 5. Harry and Hermione's failed kiss. During a scene which can be found in the movie Deathly Hallows Part 1, in which Daniel Radcliffe playing as Harry Potter and Emma Watson playing as Hermione Granger are supposed to kiss, things didn't entirely go as the directors had planned. When given two actors that are already prone to laughing a lot during the production of even mildly humorous scenes, a scene which is intended to be an important plot device and a very romantic one, it should be no expectation that there would be some awkward feelings between the two when push come to shove and they had to kiss. The laughter of the two made it even more prominent that the atmosphere was even more awkward by the fact that the two seemed to class one another as brother and sister due to the amount of time they had to spend working alongside each other, which made this scene of them kissing even harder for them to film. Emma Watson even said that the two were able to laugh through this, which basically got them through the whole thing.
It's purely the fact that he's like my brother, and we were both totally in the same boat. It was very strange and very weird. Believe me, we both wanted it to be over equally as much as the other. The only way I can, it was honestly like kissing my brother. It was weird.
Also, Daniel said that while they were recording this scene, he found it somewhat enjoyable.
To be honest, it wasn't too awkward. It's quite enjoyable. I quite liked it. It was vigorous. It was great.
But Emma seemed to just be a little more offset by this than he did. Number 6. Hermione just can't stop laughing. Hermione Granger, Emma's role in the Harry Potter franchise, is known to be one of the most likeable and lovable characters in the movies, also while being very serious, both in and out of her role. However, like many on this list, she was very prone to catching a case of the giggles. During a scene in which she was supposed to be fending off a group of snakes, Emma was fined with a red card for having disturbed the scene so many times with her laughter. This just shows how giggly she can get at times. During another scene in which she was supposed to be drinking a nice cup of tea, as us British people do, with Luna Lovegood's father, Emma Watson also laughed a vigorous amount, supposedly because the sound of Luna Lovegood's father sipping on his cup of tea was funny to her.
Snake! Snake!
Fringo!
Snake!
Number 7. Hermione doesn't know her own strength. Emma Watson as Hermione Granger has appeared on this list many times already. That's not to say that she's a bad actor, but here she is once more. With her ability to slap Daniel Radcliffe just a little too hard, Hermione is shown to be one of the strongest female characters within the entire Harry Potter franchise. However, this is shown to be taken a little bit too far at times, like when she slapped Daniel Radcliffe with a little too much force. During a scene in The Half-Blood Prince, when Harry tells Hermione that he is in fact the chosen one, Emma, Hermione in this case, is supposed to slap Harry on the head with a rolled up newspaper. However, in many takes she had taken this action to an extreme and used a lot of force on the surface of Daniel's head. Maybe this is what led to Harry becoming so easily humorized. In one of these cases, however, Emma did more than just simply apologize and met Daniel with a hug to show just how sorry she actually was.
Ask someone I like. You're laughing because you hit me so hard, aren't you? Okay.
Number 8. Two-sided Hagrid. Throughout the entirety of Robbie Coltrane's inclusion as the actor of Hagrid within the Harry Potter movies, he was known and observed to always lighten up the mood and morale on set amongst the crew and cast. Funnily enough, this contrasts strangely to the character played by Robbie, as Hagrid is generally quite shy and tends to keep to himself, which made for a confusing change of character for those who worked with Robbie. On many occasions, Coltrane's funny fanatics would lead to other actors and crew members not being able to do their jobs correctly due to the laughter he let them all experience in their time on set.
Hang on, Harry.
1,000, take 1.
Was that 1,000? Hey! Do I smell champagne? Irate.
That is it for this list of Harry Potter bloopers. Let us know in the comments below which one you thought was the best and which one you thought was the worst and wasn't really that funny. I personally like the one where Ron just can't stop laughing. It really is quite funny, to be fair, to see actors messing up and laughing because they find what they're doing so funny. That makes me feel good to know that they're having fun on set. Leave a like on the video if you also enjoyed. Share this video with other Potterheads, because maybe they'll find enjoyment from watching this video. Subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll catch you in the next video.